Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker and welcome to show and tell number 86. Happy Halloween, you guys. Well, happy couple days before Halloween. Got my jack-o'-lantern scarf on, got my little spoopy jack-o'-lantern earrings. Yeah. I have some other stuff that I'll wear over the next couple days, but today I'm only filming one video, which is a little bit weird, but there's a chance I might get some other stuff done before Saturday. So Saturday morning, I probably will pop back by and wish you guys a happy Halloween again in a yarn bingo video. After this, I have nothing else to do for the next 2 days, so I might actually get work done, which will be great. Plus, we're gonna watch some movies, and most of dinner's already prepped for the next couple days. Troy's gonna be home. He's already home today, and he'll be home tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. So I'm pretty excited. Tuck into some bad movie marathons and watch some spoopy movies. All right, what do I have in my laundry basket today? Well, it's not that much, to be honest. So I finished the frothy scarf from the second Knit Mary Maxim kit. If you're not following along with that, that is, I'm reviewing the Mary Maxim knit and crochet kits right now. I have not woven in my little ends yet, but this was the discontinued yarn that just came in the knit kit. I'm kind of sad I didn't see it in person or get an opportunity to work with it before it was discontinued, because this actually is fairly durable. The yarn is actually two fine weight boucle yarns twisted together there. So it's actually it's got a little heft to it. And this would have made an amazing, ugly, sick day sweater kind of thing. And okay, so there are a lot of you guys who are fairly new to my channel. I've had an extra 400 subscribers in the last 2 months, I think. And a lot of you guys appear to actually be watching my videos as they air. So if you're not already familiar with what I claim is a sick day sweater is one of those things that you put on a day where you're either sick, you're not in the mood for it, and you just want something that feels cozy, comfy, and makes you just feel better. And this yarn is pretty cozy. I'm actually rather surprised, and this would have made an amazing sick day cardigan. In particular, one of those boyfriend cardigans. So I am kind of sad I didn't get a chance to work with this before it was discontinued, but it is pretty awesome. So if you've got some in your stash, I would highly recommend working with it. Now, if you're crochet only, this might be a little bit of a pain in the rear end to work with. I will say that, but I knit it and enjoyed knitting it. It is a little bit slower because the two boucle plies do split apart, but the fabric's kind of worth it. It's a little fidgety. It's not difficult. It's fidgety. Other WIPs, the only other two I brought down are also Mary Maxim Kit Club projects for this month. This is my Colorscape Shawl so far. Now, this is definitely slow going. Each row is just a little bit different. So I really have to pay attention to what row I am on. And I don't like the way the decrease is done here. I did put if you are following along with the kit, I did put a stitch marker. This is my, I'm working this way. This is my one stitch before the marker. So I have to slip the stitch, take the marker off, put the stitch back on in order to do the double decrease there. But having it, the way that is in the pattern, it says just decrease one stitch before your last decrease. You can't really see the decrease, and particularly when you're starting off. So I did throw a little stitch marker in there if you're following along, but I am really enjoying the fabric so far. I was actually thinking how much more fun this would be if I took two of my candy shops, like this one and this one, or this one and that one, and worked them together and did. So this might show up again in another thing. Also, I have my progress on my crochet shawl for October. I have one more repeat of the shell section, full repeat, and one partial repeat before I start on the bottom here, but it is so pretty. Oh, and of course I'm showing you the back apparently. I am loving the way this is working up. I know this looks like it's not even, but I have double checked it. It will, yeah, it is actually even. It just looks uneven because this is so much lacier. But once I get the other end section on there, it will. I've had to keep like checking that and then laying it out flat to make sure I'm not like gaining stitches somewhere. I'm really bad about that with open shell stitches like this, but it's so pretty. I love the colors of this. My colorway was Polo, and I'm just loving the way this is working up. I cannot wait to wear this. This is definitely mine. Mine. I am definitely keeping this one for myself. But I'm finishing up my third ball now. There's actually a huge chance that I might have all of that done tonight, which would be kind of nice. The only other thing I wanted to show you guys is I did pick up, I got this a couple weeks ago, but I did pick up 3 balls of the Stitch 100 acetate yarn from Yarn Bee. This is one of their new yarns. It's a 100% acetate yarn. And I'm planning on making a cowl with these 3 together. And when I get it done, I am planning on actually doing a whole wear test. And we'll actually check in during the course of the day, because we're still having days where if it's 50, it's still muggy, so it feels sticky and hot. And we're still having days where like all of a sudden it'll be 70, and then all of a sudden like the low is back down in the low to mid 40s. Our weather's all over the place. So I'm going to take one of the warmer-ish days the week I finish this and do a wear test and see if this breathes as well as bamboo. The manufacturing process for acetate and bamboo, well, bamboo silk and bamboo rayon, things like that, are very, very similar. Acetate is made from plant fiber, very similarly to how rayon and bamboo fibers are made. It's just not bamboo, it's other plant materials. So I do want to see if it breathes like bamboo or is comfortable to wear around your neck as bamboo. But I will be honest, this feels like it's got that sheen and softness of like a Caron Simply Soft. It also feels like, is it Bamboo Joy? There's another, it's a bamboo yarn that's very similar, has a very similar sheen. And that one is like 75% bamboo and 25% cotton or something. It feels very similar. Holding the skeins, this feels heavier than you would think these skeins should weigh. They are 100 grams, 180 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100% acetate, size 4. The original price is $5.99, but right now it's on sale, 30% off. But of course, use your 40% off coupon if you only want one ball. So that's on the docket for things I really want to get started. I also have some sock yarn pulled together. I've got 5 colors, I believe, already caked up and ready to go. I want to start a larger fade shawl project. I'm just not quite sure what stitch I want to use, but what I'm going to do is work it 2 strands together. So I'm going to have 2 strands of color A until I get down to either 40 or 20%. I haven't decided yet, or 40 to 20 grams. I haven't decided quite yet. Cut it, add in the new yarn. What I'm trying to decide is, do I want to save back 20 grams is what I'm trying to figure out. So I would cut it, work another 20 grams of color A with color B, then switch it out. And then when I'm getting down to that last 20% or 20 grams of color B, switch that out, switch one strand out for color C, work that until the end, and then double up on C, etc., etc. But I'm thinking about doing a crocheted shawl instead of a knit shawl. I'm just not sure which way I'm going to go with that yet. But I do have all that caked up. It is upstairs. I'm doing it in blues, purples, and pinks. Obviously, that's what I'm going to go for. I want something big, bright, and sunny. So I've got to figure out what kind of stitch pattern I want to do with that. I've seen a couple that I really, really like, but there's something just so simple about doing a stockinette or garter stitch. So I'm not sure, but that's something I'm going to be figuring out over the next week. That's already upstairs. Otherwise, I'd show you the yarns that I chose for that. I did have, as I was cleaning off my desk area and everything, I did decide to go ahead and put up all of the Plymouth and Cascade yarns I had intended to review. One or both companies have recently changed, fairly recently changed the manufacturer. And then the other one has discontinued the lines that I purchased. And some of these lines had been around for a while. So all of the yarn I bought within 3 weeks of it getting here, I was not going to be able to finish that review series. Well, I could have finished the review, but it would have been kind of like pointless because once I reviewed it, you wouldn't have been able to get the same stuff I did, most likely. So maybe sometime in 2021, I will circle back and review it based on the new manufacturers and the new lines. I just didn't want to continue with something that was going to be changing. There were a couple of the yarns in there that aren't going to be changing where they're manufactured. But at that point, it was kind of like, why bother? I mean, I'm already missing like half the review. But things like the Gina and stuff that I had shown you guys that I was planning on reviewing, that will be the same. It's the acrylics that are changing. So acquisitions, not really an acquisition, it's a happy mail. I got a card from Crystal over at Chronically Crocheting. I recognize this card sketch. I love this card sketch. And I love the paper she chose. I also recognize that. I love it. I will leave her channel linked down below. She started her foray into, she's stamped on the inside panel there. This is a Z-fold card because it makes a, well, see. I love this style of card because you've got the secret little message in there and everything. Yeah, I love these. But I will leave her channel link down below. She's just recently started getting into card making, and we've been corresponding back and forth about tools and tips on different things. So it's been a lot of fun watching her get into it, and she has found some amazing hauls. I never found anything like that. I'm still buying things like onesie, twosie. I haven't found somebody who's just getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. So I am rather jealous, just saying. She also sent me a vanilla caramel black tea, which sounds phenomenal. So that will have to be one of my afternoon teas this week or this weekend. Our temperature is about to drop off. We have a tropical storm moving through today, and starting tonight, like the temperature is going to start dipping down low again. So gonna be a bit of a weekend. It'll be chilly. I'm looking forward to a Halloween where it's not 90 degrees though. So I mean, we had thought about going up to Asheville this weekend, but literally everything is canceled. So there's nothing open in order for us to like stay occupied while we're there. Normally there's a bunch of outdoor like art shows, craft shows, vendor markets and things like that. But even those have been canceled still. They didn't, they canceled those back in March before we knew where we'd be on outdoor markets here. So, we decided to go ahead and stay here. But what we might do is go in December or late November. And if we do that, I'm going to take you guys along with me and take some, show some videos and pictures. Because if we do that, we're definitely going to go to the Biltmore Estates and walk around the Biltmore. And I think we'd actually pay the little extra for Christmas season where they're doing the live music thing. So I will be taking you along if we go when everything's decorated for Christmas, because that's pretty spectacular. And I haven't been since I was little. Troy's never been, so actually kind of looking forward to that. Plus I get to visit my aunt and maybe see some of my cousins while I'm up there. My family's not always the best at like getting together and doing stuff. Half the time when I'm in town, like they're not, or we go up there like spur of the moment and everything is already pre-planned for us for the entire time we're there, so we don't have time to visit anybody. So it's like sneak in, sneak out. Anyway, so hopefully we can schedule a longer weekend if we do it in December and actually get to see family while we do a little vacation. Last thing I wanted to show you guys, Crystal, vacation plans, finished objects, is I did get some cards done this week. This is going to be the end of my Thanksgiving cards, I think, or fall cards. I think this takes me to like 88 or something like that, but like I keep saying, I really need to get back to Christmas. I've only got 2 more full sheets of paper, so I might go ahead and just try to make something real quick. But these are the last ones I made. This is from a cut apart strip that was in the card set. And they all said different things like harvest, love, hope, pumpkin spice, stuff like that. These I didn't think I was going to like, but I ended up really liking this card. So a lot of my scrapbook kits have these papers where it's like a full border around the 12 by 12 paper. And sometimes you can use them, sometimes you can't. But something loose like this where it's just like falling leaves. And I came in with a scrap, put a scrap with some washi tape and a little sentiment on it in the blank space that was left. And then on the inside, I actually like made those all super fancy. This paper kit didn't have a whole lot of the cut aparts like this that I use that are just designed. It was a bunch of journal cards. So I actually used those for my stamp sentiment on the inside. And then I've got a couple of different versions with the cut aparts here and the blue pumpkin paper. This is another one on the blue pumpkin paper. I was trying to figure out the gem placements and was not doing very well with that. I got a couple of these. And this used another one that had like a full border design around it. I just used it as a background bit just so you had like the little foliage sticking out. I wish I had trimmed these a little bit different so you didn't have any of this blank space down here, or maybe if I'd done the full card front with it and just dropped that down a little bit, but I still think they're cute. And I can't remember if I showed any of these last week. I don't think I did. But I love the way these all, this paper pad is so super cute. It's the Michael's Recollection, I think it was, pumpkin spice pad from last year, from 2019. And it is so cute. So cute. So I did get those done. That was a dozen. I did a dozen of these. Half a dozen of these. Two. And a dozen. So, I mean, I think 88's enough. That gives me more than enough to send out happy fall cards to people who didn't get Halloween cards, and have enough left over for my immediate friends and family that I can get those out. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, I always feel like I don't get that much accomplished when I look at my knitting and crochet, and then I come down here and like, yeah, there's like 30 cards that I finished this week. And anyway, I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I look forward to coming back on Saturday and seeing you guys again. Take care. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.